not. Usually when I go live, it'll mirror my face and make it look asymmetrical and funky. But we're going to sit the phone down like always. You know what we do. I've got to blow some smoke. And yeah, we're going to get started on this Royal Rumble review. And we're going to talk about when I thought the men's Rumble was great. And I liked one thing for once, and you already know how people are. Oh, I'm a terrible person. I'm on the other side because I liked one match WWE put on. But we're going to review the Royal Rumble, guys. We're going to talk about it. Why I thought the men's Rumble was good. The rest of the show, not so much, but let's talk about it. So, appreciate everyone for tuning in. But yeah, YouTube does this thing where they mirror my face after I post the video. They flop it, makes my face look asymmetrical, but yeah. So let's hopefully wait on some folks to come up in here. All messages. That's what we're setting it to. All messages. Royal Rumble 2025 talk. What are you guys into? How did you guys like the Rumble? Let me know down below. We had 4 matches on this show. 4 matches on this Royal Rumble show. What did you guys think about it? I thought it was very thrown together. I thought it was not that great of a card. The men's Rumble was stacked, no question. The women's Rumble had a few good things that I liked. Chelsea Green got some good eliminations. They had a lot of jobbers in there, though. I did not like Io Sky starting it out. If you're just tuning in, rolling one up, and talking about the Royal Rumble. Overall, the men's Rumble, in my opinion, was great. Like I said, I liked one thing, Blow Me. You're not allowed to like anything WWE does these days. Normally, I don't like anything they do, and I finally liked one thing that they did. And it's whatever. You know how wrestling fans are. What's up with one person? Make sure to like the stream up. Talking about the men's Rumble, you had 4 matches on this card. A lot of ads. I'm really tired of seeing these ads, if I'm being honest with you. Really, really tired of seeing these ads. We're in February, and that's so weird. Why is the Royal Rumble in February? It's always been in January. I didn't like that, but it ain't really that big of a deal. It's whatever at this point. WWE has switched a lot of things up over the years, so I get used to it. At this point, they could take Raw off Monday. It would feel a little odd, but you're so used to them switching things up. Like, I remember in 2022, they put SummerSlam in July. Like, what the fuck? SummerSlam was always in August, even since then. So, that was weird for that 1 year that they did 2022. They did SummerSlam in July. And that viewer popped out, but we're here. Here they are again. We're talking about the Rumble, rolling one up. Got to have some smoke, you know what I'm saying? If you hear SpongeBob in the background, my kids were watching it, and hell, I like SpongeBob too, so good background noise, What did you guys like from the Rumble? Can you comment down below? If you're up in here watching this video, let me know what you thought about the Royal Rumble 2025. Seems like a lot of people were satisfied. A lot of people were mad too. The Women's Rumble, I'm a big Royal Rumble mark, you know what I mean? I've always had been ever since I was 9. Been a Royal Rumble mark. The Royal Rumble's a fun match. So I was looking forward to the show, and I'm really looking forward to the Chamber also. This is the time of year where I kind of get more optimistic about WWE because they actually try around these times of the year. Normally, like later in the year, they stop trying. And as a wrestling fan, it's my job to tell you the truth. When something's bad, it is bad. When something is good, it is good. When it's bad, it's bad. I'll tell you straight up that it's bad and it's not good. This show was not a good show, but it had a lot of good things. The men's Rumble was great. The women's Rumble, in my opinion, was very bad, but it had a couple of good elements to it. I liked Trish Stratus's return. I liked Chelsea Green had a better showing than in past Royal Rumbles. Alexa Bliss returned. So, you know, she had a great showing in this Rumble. Sorry about that. What did you guys think about the Women's Rumble? What did you guys think? Sorry, I'm trying to finish rolling this up real fast.
voluptuous inspector enjoy his meal?
So far, so good. I just need to try a plain Krabby Patty, and my inspection will be finished.
We had some haters up in here too.
Pass us for the inspection.
Do you know what this means, dear boy? We're in the clear.
Alright. We're gonna get right back to the Rumble talk in just a second. It's my pace, my stream, so that's another thing. I don't want to say it in front of nobody, but attention spans, I'll repeat it later if I have to. People's attention spans ain't shit.
Maybe we ought to tell our guy about the phony imposter.
People's attention spans ain't shit these days. They'll watch something for 5 seconds and say it's garbage.
We've been speckled or...
That's just how they are. They don't actually try to watch anything and say that if it's good or bad. They just say that it's garbage and they don't even watch it. You have to watch every bit of it and then give an honest review. That's the way I go. It's maybe old school, maybe new school. I don't know what it is, but that's the way I operate. And I think that's the best way to do it, is to watch the whole thing before you give an opinion. I watched America fail for 4 years. That's why I said Donald Trump, it was better for America than Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. But it's the same thing with wrestling, man. When it's trash, I will tell you it's trash. When it's good, I will tell you if it's good. You said I thought it was decent. See, I'm getting your comment on this channel. For some reason, I don't get your comments on the other channels. I'm rolling one up. I don't know if I'm allowed to show it, but I'll definitely be hitting it on here. But the thing is, a lot of wrestling fans have short attention spans. They don't give something a chance when they watch it. Me, I gave it a chance last night. I gave it a chance, and I seen 3 awful matches that no one reacted to or cared about. The crowd was very off. And I thought the Men's Rumble was great. I really did. I thought it was a great Royal Rumble. And a lot of people hate me for saying that I liked one thing. Like, I just liked it. I don't know. It was a good match. I'm not going to lie. If I like something, if I don't like it, I will tell you I don't like it. And 90% of things that WWE do, I don't like. Because I wasn't expecting much when I went into this match. I was not expecting anything at all. And I know most of my people watch my replay more than they watch live. So that's something we got to get used to around here too. But, yeah, man, the Women's Royal Rumble, you had some nice surprises. You know, I didn't like the way it started with Io Sky. And who the fuck was number 2? Was it No, it wasn't Lyra. I don't remember who number 2 was. It's out there. You can go look it up. I just seen it earlier. But Men's Royal Rumble, Rey Mysterio and Penta started. I loved that, man. That was, honestly, I don't think they could have done any better than that. That was interesting. That had me interested off the jump, and I was hoping they'd make Rey look good, and they gave him a good showing in the Rumble. You had Braun Breaker appear in there, and he looked strong. He plowed through Aisha's Speed. Aisha Speed was very entertaining. I'm sure it's going to get a lot of views on their clips and shit is why they did it. You had LA Knight up in there. You had Damian Priest up in there. Finn Balor. You had John Cena. You had Roman Reigns. You had CM Punk. You had Logan Paul. You had Seth Rollins. You had Drew McIntyre. You had Sheamus. You had AJ Styles. They did not give you a lot of jobbers in this match. It started with Rey and Penta. Penta, I like what I see from him. Like, he's very entertaining. I used to play with him when he was named Penta L0 from AEW. I played his character in Fight Forever a lot. He's a good one. He's entertaining to watch in the ring, and he's got personality. Like, he has like an aura, like a swag to him, like Penta does, and that's why I think he has potential to be the next Rey. Well, at his age, I don't know, but we'll see how he goes. Rey's 50, and he still moves like he's 20, so Penta's 39, about to be 40. So he's about 11 years younger than Rey, 10 or 11 years, so he can have a few good years. Sheamus, you're done and washed, man. I don't know why, man. I'm glad they threw him out of there, though. I didn't like Braun Breaker Roman Reigns eliminating Braun Breaker. I thought Braun should have eliminated Roman. Jimmy Uso didn't really do anything in there. Jacob Fatu had a strong showing, but they overhype him just a little bit so far. I got to see more from him real quick before I But they had a stare down with him and Braun Breaker, and that's interesting. A lot of people want to see that, and seeing this men's rumble, it really showed me how many stars that WWE could possibly have if they just booked them right. They had fucking so many stars in this match, dude. So many. This was one of the Royal Rumbles with the least amount of jobbers I've ever seen. And this is a Royal Rumble match I will go back and watch in the future. Like, it was a good Royal Rumble. The winner was... I'm not the biggest Jey Uso fan, but he's over with the fans. He sells a lot of merch. I'm not the biggest fan. I don't think he really has the it factor other than his entrance and shit. But it was unpredictable for him to win, and I'm glad he won. I did not want to see John Cena win. He's washed. He doesn't care about the business. He always looks sad when he comes out there. I don't know. I'm just not a big John Cena fan anymore. He don't have it in him anymore like he used to have. He just always looks like he's on the verge of tears when he comes out there. He looks pale. Like, I'm glad he's hanging it up this year, though, because it's time. Like, he don't have it in him anymore. John Cena's washed. The Rock is older than him, and he's not washed, so we'll see. I don't know. But I'm not a big John Cena guy. I liked him a lot when I first started watching, but not nowadays. CM Punk, I liked him getting thrown out. I did not want him to win, but I don't know if I liked Logan Paul being the one to throw him out. I think that kind of like hurts one of your top guys from a guy who doesn't really take the business seriously. He's very good, and he's done a lot. Don't get me wrong, he's very entertaining to watch. He's a great heel. But I'm saying someone that clearly WWE's not going to be his first priority in the future, Logan Paul. Jay has no charisma. That's the reasons why I didn't like the match. I didn't like the winner. That's the thing. Who else was going to win that match? Who was going to win? Was John Cena going to win, and then he was going to not appear on Raw Monday and just be boring? And no, I don't think... I think the more exciting option is having John Cena chase for the title, like going through the Elimination Chamber and shit like that. I think that's... Because once he gets the belt, he's just going to be boring. Like, he needs to win the belt. They need to do it the right way. Jey Uso is... He's 39 years old. He turns 40 later this year. He's not everyone's ideal pick, but the dude... I'm not the biggest fan of him, but I can accept the fact that Jey Uso is clearly over with the fans everywhere he goes, even the casuals, because, like, there's... Like, most of the time, if you watch a wrestler that no one knows come out, and you see the crowd mark out, like, if you see the crowd mark out, you'll only see the ones, like, towards the front of the row marking out, because, only those are the marks. They're going to spend the most money on their tickets. They're going to be in the front of the crowd. So you'll see them mark out, but no one in... But in the nosebleeds in the middle of the section, when Jey Uso comes out, the whole arena is doing, his thing. And he's associated with Travis Scott now, and I see influencers and stuff talk about him. I think he just brings, I think his entrance brings a little bit of excitement. His in-ring style is not that good. It's very limited. Yeah, his style is very limited. He does super kicks. But I'm going to be straight up honest with you. I don't know who else was going to win this Rumble. I did not want to see John Cena win. And people complain all the time that WWE is so predictable. They finally did something unpredictable, and people still hate it. So, I mean, I just don't know who else they would have done. Like, who... You could say Braun Breaker. I mean... I don't know how that would work because he's the IC champ and he's a little too young right now. Like, he's got the it factor, but I feel like they need to wait to pull the trigger a couple years on him. Like, really let him build himself up before you just throw him, Don't let him skip all the stairs. He's got to go up each step. To make it to where he needs to go. Braun Breaker. We got 3 people up in here now. What's up, y'all? Make sure to hit the like button if you will. I appreciate y'all for coming in. But the one time, normally I bash everything WWE does because I'm honest. If it's trash, most of the time it's trash. I don't like Triple H as a booker, but that Royal Rumble match was good. I was entertained the whole time. My wife is a casual fan. And she was entertained with it. She normally hates everything that they do usually, but she knows about all the headlines and backstage stuff too. But she was entertained with the match. So I think the match was a hit with most people. I just don't know if a lot of people like the winner. CM Punk, I didn't want his washed ass to win. I didn't want John Cena's washed ass to win. I didn't fucking want Roman to win. I didn't fucking want Logan Paul to win because he could just get a title shot anyway. Like, Braun Breaker, it's too early for him. Jacob Fatu, I don't know if he's got it yet. I mean, we still got to see a lot more from him. Braun Strowman, nobody wants to see that. LA Knight, that would kind of be boring, to be honest with you. They should have done that in 2023 with LA Knight. Who else do you got? LA Knight, they had AJ Styles up in there. He's 47 years old. He's washed at this point. Like, I mean, he still looked good, but he's still old. He's still off that old engine, you know what I mean? Damian Priest, he's okay. He's a good upper mid carder. I don't know if he's the guy yet, the main event guy. I don't think he'll ever really get to that point. Finn, they took too long on him. So who was really gonna win? Jimmy Uso wasn't winning. Rey Mysterio wasn't winning. Penta just debuted. He wasn't gonna win. And, I mean, to me, I like the winner, and I don't like Jey Uso that much. I just liked it that they didn't... I can respect the fact that they picked Jey Uso because I don't like him at all, but I can respect the fact that a lot of people like him, a lot of people are interested in him, and it was unpredictable. Like, so, I don't know who else if they had a better option, then yeah, I would have been like, they should have won. But let's be real, they've done nothing. Seth was in there, Drew was in there. They have done nothing with a lot of people recently. So, like, who's going to win? Jey Uso, I guess he's going to win and go face Gunther at WrestleMania and win the title, which is it's something new. It's whatever, you know. I just hope they go back to not having long title reigns. I don't like Gunther with the belt anyway. I don't like Gunther. I could take Jey Uso over Gunther. I really think Gunther's boring as hell. Ludwig Kaiser is up in there, and I've been saying... They should make him a GM. I got that idea from Dr. Chris and Vince Russo, the GM thing. But could you imagine Ludwig in that position of Adam Pearce? Ludwig Kaiser, like, this dude has charisma. They need to push Ludwig, man. He's 34 years old. Push the dude. He has more charisma than Gunther. I feel like they don't see him as a threat, but like he has charisma. That's the biggest thing. Gunther has no charisma. Ludwig has charisma. He could be the general manager of Raw, and then he could book matches to go in Gunther's favor, and he could have like a little secretary, like kind of like Eve Torres was to John Laurinaitis and David Otunga. Have like Chelsea Green or somebody be his secretary. That would be a great move. But as far as the Women's Rumble, nothing really interesting happening there. They made Chelsea Green look a little strong. What's her face? Trish Stratus, at 49 years old, entered the Royal Rumble, and she still looks like she did when she was 20, in her 20s in the ring and stuff. So that was good. Alexa Bliss's return was good. Even though Charlotte, I didn't like her winning, her coming back is good for the roster because they need stars. And Triple H said there's more stars to come. We already in the women's roster to return. It's going to be Becky Lynch and Jade Cargill. Nobody really cares about that. But the Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens was awful. I noticed at the end of the match, it looked like Kevin Owens bladed pretty hard because I seen a slit in his head and it was gushing blood. They need to take the belt off Gunther. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they need to. And I'm not a big Jey Uso fan, like I said, but I'd honestly rather Jey Uso hold the belt than Gunther. Jey Uso's just not fun to watch in the ring to me. He does a lot of super. I will admit his entrance is entertaining. Like he comes out to that and then the crowd's like dancing and they're all lit. Like it normally I would bash the shit, but his entrance recently has been something feels like kind of pop culture about his entrance. Jey Uso's entrance. But as far like him on the mic, he's not that bad, but he's not the worst either. There's a lot of people who are a lot worse than him that should get better. But Braun Breaker is your guy. He's got the perfect age. He's 27 years old. He's got the look. He's not quite there on the mic, but he is pretty good on the mic for his age, to be honest. Theory's got it too. They just got to figure out what they got to do with him. He wasn't even in the Rumble. You had the Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY in a 2 out of 3 falls match. I've never in my life seen a match that got less of a reaction than this match. And this is at a Royal Rumble pay-per-view in Indianapolis. in front of 70,000 people, and it got no reaction. There was no reaction when DIY got that first pin.
Watch the sunset with Squidward. Sunset?
No reaction. But in the Women's Rumble, I was kind of hoping either Trish or Alexa would win. But they gave it to Charlotte. It is what it is. I don't know what she is now. Is she a part-timer? I used to be a fan of Charlotte in like 2016. I thought she was good in the ring, and I thought she was the best on the roster. But now she just looks like, I don't know what she just looks weird, and like she's just not good in the ring or on the mic, and she's just boring, and she thinks she's somebody bigger than she is.
Always remind me of bowls of fruit. What do they make you
Like,
think
I don't know. But I was not impressed with this show. The only thing getting me through this show was the Men's Rumble. The Women's Rumble had a couple good surprises. I like seeing Trish and Alexa and shit.
carelessness of a friend?
But
And it just
nothing good. Well, like, what else happened in the Women's Rumble? Nia Jax was in there. Just a bunch of jobbers. I didn't care about Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. What did they say that Pure Fusion or something was their name? Or Toxic Fusion? I don't even know. It's with Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Nobody wants to see this. And nobody wants to see Ivy Nile, dude. They gotta release her. Triple H, what is it with you and these muscular bitches? Triple H definitely has a thing for them, and there's no question. Rhea Ripley needs to lose that belt. I'm surprised Rhea or Tiffany Stratton, they weren't watching the Royal Rumble or even looking at the screen backstage or anything. Neither for Cody and Gunther. I would like that would be a cool tradition to kind of have them out there watching. I don't know. They've done it a few times. I had no expectations watching this match. I just always like to watch the Royal Rumble. I watched it last night, and I thought the Men's Rumble was great. It's one that I'll go back and watch because a lot of cool stuff happened. Like, right now, it seems like all it just happened and everything. But like a year or two from now, it's definitely one that I could go back and rewind and watch because a lot of cool things happen. Well, the last Royal Rumble that I've actually went back and watched more than once was the 2021. That one was pretty good. But last year's and 2023 and 2022's was kind of trash.
okay, I'll try.
There was no Brock Lesnar. There was no Randy Orton. Those are key things. Nikki Bella was number 30 in the women's match. But I didn't really care. They didn't even have anything for Gunther on the Royal Rumble after myself. Just shows they don't have any confidence in the champion. I mean, they had nothing for him to do. Can you imagine Austin being available and they don't have Austin on the show? But I'm not disappointed with the Men's Rumble. A lot of people, they forget these stars. You can't every year you have to watch the Rumble and judge it for itself. A lot of people watch it and they're like, "Oh, there was no Stone Cold Steve Austin, there was no Undertaker, there was no Rock, there was no Kurt Angle." You got to think these guys are like basically almost 60 years old. Like, these guys are done and washed. We don't want to see 60-year, but they need to create new stars. And this match, I liked it because I wasn't expecting any crazy. You had a couple. You had AJ Styles was up in there. There was a lot of big names in the match, like, for sure. It was cool to see John Cena and CM Punk have that stare down. I was a mark for their feud. I went into it not expecting much, and I came out satisfied. I was like, okay, that was a pretty decent Royal Rumble match. Like, I just like that they did something not predictable for once. Like, it was so predictable that Cena or Punk was going to win, or The Rock might come back. That's another thing. The Rock didn't show up. I'm going to be straight up honest. I don't give a fuck about The Rock anymore. Like, he's entertaining. He's very entertaining when he's on the show, but I'm so tired of, like, everybody worrying about when he's going to come back and stuff. Like, and then he just leaves and he doesn't care. Like, he doesn't, dude, just stick with your acting, man. I like some of his movies. I like The Rock as a person. But I'm so tired of him just running and coming in and, you know, mixing up storylines and putting his hand in the cookie jar. And then he just leaves. He comes in and gets involved in the storyline and then just leaves, and he doesn't even come back to finish the storyline, which he still could. There's time, but we'll see. They didn't even have any. Okay, I saw that. Yeah, Gunther, man, he just ain't got it to me. They act like he's like a hard chopper. And even though this guy's a piece of shit and Gunther's probably a way better person than this guy, Chris Benoit chopped way harder than Gunther, in my opinion. Like, his chops look like they ripped through your chest. But I'm sure Gunther's a way better person than Chris Benoit's bitch ass was. Fuck Chris Benoit. I don't respect anything he ever did. I did like the 2004 Rumble, but
Was that the signal?
not a big Chris Benoit guy. Like, I was, but just being a dad and seeing how a dad could kill their own kid and their wife, like, he's a piece of shit, and he always will be in my book. But anyways, let's talk about what we were on. The Motor City Machine Guns and DIY, it was a boring TV match. No one cared. No one was watching that. The crowd was asleep, I'm pretty sure, during this match. And these ads are insane. These entrances are too long. The Women's Rumble, not much came from it. Charlotte won. We all know she's going to challenge Tiffany Stratton. Because it was rumored months ago they wanted Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton anyway. And now Charlotte wins, and she's not going to challenge Rhea again. We saw that 2 years ago at WrestleMania 2023. So, they're not going to go down that well again. They're going to do Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton, which is okay, I guess. I don't really have a problem with it. I think Tiffany Stratton should go over Charlotte because Charlotte's old and washed, and I don't want to see her get another title. She's already had 15, I believe, which is crazy. I don't want to see that again. So we'll get Tiffany and Charlotte at WrestleMania, and Rhea's got the title. She'll probably just give a rematch to Liv Morgan. That's probably just what's going to happen. I don't know anyone else that's going to step up and challenge unless Becky or someone comes back. I don't know. But she wrestled Rhea last year. Becky did, so at Mania. The Cody and Kevin Owens shit, dude, that was just straight filler. Sami Zayn made an appearance. I'm sick of these motherfuckers, bro. Just get them off my TV. I want to see CM Punk and Kevin Owens feud just one time and then release Kevin Owens. Then you can release Sami Zayn right now. I don't care. He's always been ass. I've never liked Sami Zayn. I don't ever want to see anything from him. He's literally the worst wrestler I've ever seen in my life. He washes his hair with WD-40 and motor oil. He just looks like a saggy old man running around the ring who would just get thrown on his head by Brock Lesnar or any other big dude. He's not a draw. He's just a boring person. Like, everything about him is boring. Sami Zayn's never done anything relevant in his whole wrestling career. And it's looking like they might be heading towards Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. I don't want to see that shit. But they're probably like, all these guys need a one-on-one match at WrestleMania because they have a history. We've seen it. I don't want to see it again. I'm tired of these motherfuckers. Get them going. What else did they try to set up? Seth Rollins curb stomped Roman Reigns a bunch of times in the Royal Rumble. He curb stomped him into steps, I think. Or on the floor. That looked pretty brutal. And then him and CM Punk started going at it. Somebody was like, it's going to be a triple threat, but that won't make sense. Said they literally shoved these people down your throat. Yeah, for sure. I can't say they're shoving Jey Uso down anyone's throat, though. I will say that. I will always say the real thing, and I'll always give someone credit where it's due. If something's good, I'm not gonna say it's trash. If something is trash, I'm gonna say it's trash. That's just how I am. If it's not trash, I'm gonna say it's not trash. But Jey Uso winning, I can't say that was shoving down her throat, but a lot of these wrestlers like Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and shit like that, they shove down your throat, and it's no question. And if you say you don't like them, you're a bad person. Like who? But, Jey Uso, oh, you're talking about, I'm high. You're talking about not liking Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and shit. They're trash. Jey Uso, I have a hot take here. I think Jey Uso is more over. I don't know if this is a hot take. Some people might agree. I think that Jey Uso right now, if you've been watching the last few weeks, just seeing the crowd, people online, the merch sales, the pop culture he's been involved in, I think Jey Uso as a whole is more over in 2025 than Daniel Bryan was in 2013 to 14. I really believe that. I never liked Daniel Bryan except for when he was a heel. Because Daniel Bryan, the marks really, Sami Zayn and shit. Where the fuck am I getting at with this argument? Yeah, I really do think Jey Uso is more over than Daniel Bryan was in 2014 and 13.
That flying monster's eaten 3 friends too many. He must inform the citizens. Evil in service. The fate of the
Jey Uso
Patrick.
is better than Daniel Bryan, in my opinion, honestly.
Okay, Patrick.
I don't know. I'll take that back. I think Daniel Bryan was better when he was a heel. When Daniel Bryan, not that 2018 heel shit. When Daniel Bryan was like a heel in like 2012. That's when I liked him the most. The Team Hell No shit also. The Team Hell No also. I gotta disagree. Well, that is your opinion. I can't change your opinion. My opinion is that Jey Uso is more over than Daniel Bryan, and I don't think it's really a point that I have to really prove because look at 2014 and 2013. WWE was not nowhere near as pop culture as it is now in terms of social media and outlets and visibility and shit. I can walk up to someone random on the street and I'll ask them, do you know who Daniel Bryan is? And they will likely 9 times out of 10 say no. If I walk up to somebody and say, do you know who Jey Uso is? They're probably also going to say no. If you walk up to a random person and say it, they're probably also going to say no. But I feel like there would be more people that would know Jey Uso than would know Daniel Bryan because of how he's a current active member of the roster in WWE, and Daniel Bryan's long gone and forgotten by the average person, and all the like casual viewers that only just see clips on Facebook and shit, like they know who Jey Uso is. Most of these people won't know who either of them are on the street, but there would be a higher number of people who know Jey Uso than Daniel Bryan, and I don't think that's really a hard point to argue right there. Because ain't nobody. I've met in my life. That's because they didn't have the same promotion as they do now. Well, obviously, if Daniel Bryan is in WWE right now, it's just natural. If Daniel Bryan is in WWE right now, he's going to be big and he's going to be talked about everywhere and shit like that. If Jey Uso goes to AEW, he's going to die off. If Daniel Bryan goes to WWE, he's going to blow up. That's just how it is. It's that WWE platform. It's that WWE effect. But I will take that back. I think Daniel Bryan's better than Jey Uso in terms of when he's at his best. But I only like Daniel Bryan before the marks and shit started, like bitching to get him over at WrestleMania and fuck all that shit. I hated that shit. But anyways, Jey Uso is the winner. This isn't 2014. Jey Uso is your winner of the 2025 Royal Rumble. So likely he will challenge Gunther. He will challenge Gunther probably. I don't know if Gunther will lose the title before then. In my opinion, I think he should lose it in the chamber. I don't know. I don't care. I just want that belt off Gunther. That's all I care about. And then Jey Uso can be a transitional champion. And someone else can beat Jey Uso for the title and boom. Like, it was a harmless Royal Rumble. It didn't hurt nobody. It was a good match. The only thing from the show that was good, for sure, I think most people agree with that. The other matches were very lackluster. They didn't really set much up. They just set up a couple random matches at WrestleMania. That's not a big deal. And yeah, it's just a harmless Royal Rumble. We'll be on to Royal Rumble 2026 before you know it, and people's going to forget all about this Royal Rumble unless they want to go back and watch it years down the road. But 2026 will be in Saudi Arabia, so that'll be interesting. It's probably a matter of time before they put WrestleMania And it's probably a matter of time before they put WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. But did a lot of good come from this Royal Rumble? I don't think anything's going to change. I think the product is still going to be trash. I think the shows are going to suck every week. I think that they're going to be really bad because Triple H doesn't know how to book at all, and that's been proven. But I do think this was a good match. You know, nothing good comes out of it really. But if you just want to go back 10 years from now and watch a fun Royal Rumble, like you don't care about what it sets up, you don't care about all the storylines, and you just want to go back 10 years from now and watch a fun Royal Rumble match, somebody might put on the 2025 Rumble and see some names in it that could be bigger names in like 10 years. So yeah, it's a fun Royal Rumble match if somebody wants to go back and rewind some fun Royal Rumble matches to watch. This would definitely be one of those. But is anything good going to come from this? Is anything going to get set up? Probably not. Let's just be honest. Would you rather have... Hold on. Would you rather have Jacob Fatu win or someone new and up and coming? I don't think Jacob Fatu's ready for that. I really don't. He has not proven nothing to me. That like he's cool. Like he's got a little bit of an aura to him, not much. That they're gonna give him the belt and he's not gonna know what to do with the belt. So that does not need to happen. I don't know if he's belt worthy. Some people are belt worthy. I don't know if he's one of those. He could just be like a Kane or something. Doesn't win that many belts, but he just fucks up the roster or whatever. I don't know, something like that. Or like Braun Strowman or something. But I don't know if Jacob Fatu should have won. Braun Breaker can win in a few years, but was he ready last night? I don't know. I don't think it hurt Braun Breaker at all, him getting eliminated or anything, because he had a strong showing. And he got eliminated by Roman, so Roman's a lot more established and a lot more, like, in his prime. Like, Braun Breaker's green, like, very young and still kind of green, so he's learning. But he's definitely their guy. That's what I was telling you earlier, man. I don't know who else would have won. Jacob Fatu should win and then go to WrestleMania and then not know how to cut a promo the next night on Raw whenever he has the belt and he's got to challenge somebody. I don't know if that sounds good to me. Braun Breaker is going to win the belt and go on to Raw. Same thing. He's not going to know what to do with it because he's not established yet. So they see Jey Uso. They're like, okay, this is an unpredictable winner. Everyone thinks it's going to be John Cena or CM Punk or The Rock or somebody. We're going to have Jey Uso win. He's very over with the fans. They're going to cheer it, and then we're going to be on the next year's Royal Rumble. That's how they see it. Like I said, if in 10 years from now, in 2030, 2035, if you're sitting down on the couch and you're like, I want to go back and watch a fun Royal Rumble match, 2025, it will be on that list for sure. But as far as anything coming from this, nothing's coming from it. We know it's... WWE is going to go right back to being on Netflix, losing viewers every week right after this. That's what they're going to be doing. That's what they're going to be doing. Overall, I'd probably give this show, as a whole, I'd probably give this show, like, I'm feeling like a 5.5 out of 10. And most of all of that comes from the men's rumble. There was a couple good things in the women's rumble I liked, but the whole match was not good. The two matches after that weren't good. The men's rumble was pretty fun. It was fun. I think that's the word. I'm looking for. It was a fun Royal Rumble. I don't know I don't know if I say great or good. I don't know, but fun's definitely the word I think I'm going to use for that Royal Rumble. It was a very fun Rumble. Yeah, that's about it. There wasn't many jobbers in that Rumble. Andrade came out there. Some of your jobbers might have been Andrade, Santos, Shinsuke, even though he's got the U.S. title. Maybe a couple more. There was no more than like 5 jobbers in the match, really. There were a lot of upper mid-carders, main eventers. Mainly just mid-carders to main eventers. There wasn't really a lot of jobbers. Like, Hira came out, but he got attacked. And I seen where he said it was his first entrance to a Royal Rumble in the 8 years, almost 9 years he's been there since 2016 from the Cruiserweight Classic. But he got attacked, and then I Show Speed entered, and that made the Royal Rumble a little bit more fun too. On top of everything else, that spear was probably the hardest spear I've ever seen in my life. I don't know anybody. I'm sorry, not Goldberg. Braun Breaker has the hardest spear I've ever seen. This dude runs into you like an NFL linebacker. Like he plows through you. This dude fucking sends your ass flying. Goldberg just jumps up into the air with you and it's whatever. This dude flattened. Like he didn't jump up in the air. He didn't do a roll in midair like Bobby Lashley. Like this dude fucking just straight cut right through I Show Speed. Jacob Fatu hasn't been given the chance to cut promos. No. I don't think so either. I think with the right work, they can definitely get a good promo out of him. I've seen good promos come from him. Like from the independents, like I've seen a couple of those backstage TikTok promos. And there's a lot of good promos he's done, so they gotta find his identity. They gotta really find, because they're still kind of figuring it out. They're like the werewolf, the Samoan werewolf and shit, the tribal werewolf or whatever they're calling him. He has potential. I think he's 32 or something, and Solo's 31. There was a lot of stars in the Royal Rumble. It was a fun one. I liked this Royal Rumble up until there was a couple of things I didn't like. I didn't like Roman eliminating Braun. I mentioned that. I didn't like Logan Paul eliminating CM Punk. I did not like Logan Paul being number 30. That's really my only complaint with this whole match, is that I did not like Logan Paul at number 30. Did not like Logan Paul at number 30. Did not like Logan Paul eliminating CM Punk. And I did not like Roman eliminating Braun Breaker. Those are really my only three complaints about the Men's Rumble. Other than that, it was a fun match for me to watch. I like Logan Paul. I just think that they severely misuse him sometimes. Like, he should not have been number 30. I already knew he was coming out before he did. Because when number 29 hit and it was LA Knight, I was like, okay, so Logan Paul's number 30 because he already announced he was in the match. That's literally what I told my wife. So it wasn't really a surprise. He should have been like number 27 or number 19 or something like that. But Logan Paul was number 30, and I did not like that at all. I hated that they misused Logan Paul, man. It's like they made him come out at number 30 to get him more hated or something. Like, and I'm just going to be straight up with WWE because Triple H is a very stupid person. The view count went down. We're going to wait for it to come up.
What is going on today? Everyone's running away from me. And now, giant piles of bubble gum?
But yeah, Triple H is a very stupid person. Logan Paul,
I'm confused.
I have followed this dude since 2017.
Everyone's running away from me.
Logan Paul is not a good person.
Hi, building.
He's going to use WWE up and spit them out. And they're giving everything to him. He might be good and fun to watch in the ring, I'll admit that. But he's not a good person. He's going to chew WWE up and spit them out. The first chance necessary, he will do that. But that is my thoughts on the Royal Rumble. I think that the Royal Rumble was very lackluster other than the Men's Rumble and a couple surprises in the Women's. But if to the viewer that didn't hear me, I said I have followed Logan Paul since 2017. This dude is going to chew WWE up and spit them out. That simple. That's what I was explaining right before you left earlier. That's exactly the kind of person Logan Paul is. He's fun to watch in the ring, but these people don't know how he is. I followed his boxing, his YouTuber shit. Not obsessively, just like keeping up with the pop culture shit, you know. That's how it was. But Royal Rumble, I'd probably give like a 5.5 out of 10. Very fun men's Rumble match. Very good returns like Trish Stratus and Alexa Bliss. And, you know, you had AJ return. Nikki Bella didn't really give a shit. Yeah, just did not really give a fuck. Jey Uso hasn't cut one memorable promo. I don't know. Has he? Not one that I can remember, so I guess he hasn't. I'm sure you could probably find like one or two, because he's been in WWE since 2010, so he's been there a long time.
Run away
But
like all the
he's
others.
never been great on the mic.
Boyfriend as ugly as I am.
But I will say he's better on the mic than Jimmy, and he's better on the mic than Roman. I can tell you that. I'm sorry. He is better on the mic than Roman. That is for sure. But Roman is horrible on the mic. Jey Uso, sometimes he really tells a story with what he says. Roman can't do that. He just has 2 lines. Roman has 2 lines. Roman cannot cut a fucking promo. He says 2 things. All he says is acknowledge me, and all. He's fucking awful. He's got a good look to him. That's why they use him. And he draws money, clearly, so that's why they use Roman Reigns. But to me, Roman Reigns is not that good. I've never been a big fan of him. Probably never will be. Where are we at? We're at 46 minutes on the stream. We have hit 46 minutes on the stream. I don't know how much longer we're going to go for. 46 minutes or 47, wherever we're at. But yeah, that's my Royal Rumble review. I think I've pretty much covered just about everything I could. There's not really a lot to talk about. It had a fun men's Rumble. Couple cool surprise appearances that'll be fun to watch on TikTok, but not going back and watching the whole show. 2 TV matches, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, and the DIY Motor City Machine Guns bullshit. I used to play with them in the TNA Impact game from 2008, so that's how long they've been there. They're 41 and 42. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin from the Motor City Machine Guns, but it's too late, man. I don't know. DIY's boring. Triple H can't book. The men's Rumble was fun, but it's not going to mean nothing. It's going to be fun to go back and watch, but it's not going to mean nothing for storyline advancement or anything. But that's my review of the Royal Rumble. Overall, I'd give it like a 5.5 out of 10. If I'm really wanting to be nice, I'd probably go 6 just because of the men's Rumble, but I feel like that's being a little too nice because you can't just give a show a great rating just because of one match. So I'm feeling a 5.5 out of 10 just for the men's Rumble and for Trish Stratus, Alexa Bliss, their appearances and shit. But you had 2 lackluster TV matches. The women's Rumble was underwhelming. That's how I feel. That's how Royal Rumble 2025 felt for me. So I guess I'm going to hop on off here. I'm going to find something else to review or talk about for later. I got to think of some new ideas. We're going to talk about it, guys. Make sure to stay tuned. I thank you guys very much for tuning in to my stream. If you would like the video, comment something down below. This is my Royal Rumble 2025 review, guys. Peace out. Thank you.